Hi kittens, it's Sister Angel Kiss with the Abbey of the Festival City Sisters in Edmonton. So there we go, we have a completely white face. Now, if you're going as a postulant sister, if your particular chapter prohibits the use of color on your face, then this is basically the white face that you're going to be going. It's symbolic of a clean slate. So that all depends on your individual chapter rules. So you're going to want to talk to your Reverend Mother and find out exactly what is right for you. Our aspirant chapter here in Edmonton, the postulants wear just a plain white face, and the novice sisters are able to paint up their faces. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to play around. Honestly, I could go into like really extravagant designs and stuff like that. I just want to show you some really simple way to put makeup on. You can start off with your lips, you can start off with your eyebrows, you can start off with anything that you want. What I prefer to do is I prefer to start off with my eyes. Now what I do is I take, this is just a regular Annabelle brand eyeliner pencil, and all I'm going to do, I'm going to try not to touch my face so much because you don't want to rub off any of the makeup. What I do is I pull down my eye a little bit and I just do my waterline. What you can do, if you have a spare sponge that you haven't used, you can use that to pull down your eye. But you don't want to use the sponge that you were putting on clown white makeup with. If there's anything you take away from this tutorial, this should be it. Do not put on more clown white makeup after you have set your original face with powder. If you do, you're going to have a big mess on your hands. But one day when you're not doing anything, I recommend getting into a face, doing up your brows, putting on your white face, putting on your powder, and then putting on more clown white and see what it does. I don't want to do that. So we're going to do a little basic waterline here. And that just helps give my eyes a little bit of definition. Now if you're touching your cheek and then you leave little smudge marks, just tap it. You can see these little finger marks, but we can cover that up with makeup easily, so don't stress about it. I find when you're putting on makeup, it makes it a little bit easier if you open your mouth. A lot of people are not sure why, but it actually, when you open your mouth, it brings your cheeks down just a little bit and kind of gets you better access to your eye. So we've done the eyebrow pencil. Now I want to go in with some liquid liner. Okay, so it's all dry and you can see I've done my other eye as well. And if you are looking really closely, you'll see I actually did get some eyeliner on the top of my eyes. So it's really not a super duper big deal. If we really did, like really wanted to go touch it up, we still have a little bit of clown white on here, and it's not a good idea to go and put it on. But if you just dab it a little bit, then what it does is it just makes the black line a little bit less obvious. It's still going to be there, and you know it's there, but that is it. You are going to be the only person who knows it's there, so I wouldn't even really worry about it. Also, because as soon as I go like this and I drop my brows, you can't even see that it's there anymore. All you can see is these crease lines that I keep telling people not to make by flexing their brows, and of course I don't listen to my own instructions. Okay, so we've taken care of the eyeliner, and now next thing that I think I want to do, let's do some shadow. So I have a couple of different shadow brushes. So I'm going to find one that I want to use. And I'll go in here for black. Okay. So let's do some black first, because black is a really good color to work with, and it's a really nice contrast to white. So I've got some black shadow here somewhere. So what I'm going to do with the black, and this is just a Maybelline Eye Studio, so it's a very cheap brand. I think this whole entire thing was like $8, and it's like half black, and then it's got half like a beigey color with a little bit of iridescentness to it. And we're going to do like a mock traditional drag look for sisters. So what I do, and this is just a blending brush, this is just an El Cheapo brush from Shoppers Drug Mart. I think it was like $8. So we're just going to put a little bit on the actual brush, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to do underneath the eyelash line. And if we go underneath the eyelash line, that's going to help us just kind of make our eyes pop out just a little bit more. We don't want to put a lot of makeup on, because the idea with makeup is that if you put too much on, you can't take it off. But if you put too little, you can always add more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my cheek down a little bit, and then I'm just going to go along the inside of my eye. And you can see what it's kind of doing there to my eye. Kind of makes my eye pop out just a little bit more. There we go. So, I don't know really what I want to do now. Let me think about this for a sec. Okay, let's go with something very Pridelicious. Now, we're going to use some of the crayons that we were talking about earlier. Very, very simple. We're just going to dip it into some water, and then we're just going to rub it into our hand a little bit, and that's going to make a little bit of a puddle. And you just keep dipping it into the water, and you just basically want to soften up the tip, because that's when the color is going to start to come off. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a big V, and I'm going to make like pride colors right on my face. I don't really have a plan, but I'm just going to go with it because I think that something will eventually come to me. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to go around it with some black liner. Now we can go around it with some black liner, we can go around it with some black shadow, or we can go around it with a black crayon. Now I'm choosing to go around it with the black crayon just because I know how well it goes on. And it tends to kind of mesh well with the rest of the colors. So I try to stick to one type of coloring. So if I'm going to use the watercolors, I'm going to use all watercolor, I'm going to use hardly any real makeup, or maybe I'm going to go entirely with like just makeup. But if you're going to be mixing your colors, I definitely say try to keep it all the same here. We can always go and like put more shadow down here, I'm not worried about that, but just strictly like for these colors here. So I've got some black here, and there we go. So I'm just trying to think of what else I want to do now. I really kind of liked where I was going with the black dots, so I really want to see if I can't kind of take it in the same sort of direction. So I'm thinking maybe I want to do dots kind of down my face or along the side. Might look kind of cool. There we go. So it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but there we go. And my makeup, my makeup paper towel is getting pretty gross. Okay, so now I think I want to do something with my lips. I don't really know what I want to do, but I want to try something. Maybe let's do black. We had a really cool sister in our Abby, Sister DK, and she does things with her makeup that you would not believe. Love you, sister. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do black lipstick, and I'm not even going to be using lipstick. I'm just going to use the regular watercolor. So again, building a little puddle in my hand. And I'm going to do thinner lips. I don't want to do full lips. I want to do smaller lips. Because I find that when I do smaller lips, they kind of look, I can put a little bit more shape into them. Now, because my name is Sister Angel Kiss, I like to put a little bit more attention on my lips. So I like to draw them kind of in the shape of a heart. There we go. Don't again have to be perfect. So we're pretty much done with the makeup. So as you can see here, it's a very basic look. All we did was just do a little bit of ting, the white face, and we've got a nice little line around the chin. Got some colors, did some eyelashes and some lips. You could really do anything that you want as far as the face is concerned. All that's missing here is for me to go put on some clothing and put on my habit, and I'm good to go.